Hello, what's poppin', everybody?
Happy Wednesday night.
Well, it's not going to be Wednesday for when they watch it. It will be Friday. So, TGIF. Do you remember TGIF, like, back in the day, what that meant?
On Friday night.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so it was like, what?
It was like Full House.
Like Growing Pains? It was definitely Step by Step.
Boy Meets World.
I think Full House, All Grown Up, or when they were like growing up, was on there.
Maybe
Full House was on there, and then there was not the oh god, the Martins. No,
I know there was always a show that had like
maybe it is Step by Step.
That had like remarried and they all lived in the same house and there was like 17 kids in the house at all times. I felt like that was like a staple show on TGIF.
I don't know. Tim the Toolman Taylor, was he on it?
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
So today we're going to talk about some ish. We're going to talk about 8 Passengers because, I mean, it's trending right now and it's a pretty important topic.
I want to know what 8 Passenger is.
So Anna's not like a YouTuber or she's not like too in with the internet. So she doesn't know like a lot of these things. So like we're going to go over the 8 Passengers thing. We're also going to talk about, because she doesn't know like who Fresh and Fit.
Does everyone know about 8 Passenger? Because I know I'm not the only one.
A lot of people do. It's been all over the news, so I think a lot of people know about it. And then I went through onto Reddit and found some Am I the Asshole, which neither of us read. We're going to read them, and we're going to let these people know if they're the assholes. And
no problem telling anybody else if they're being an asshole either. So, takes one to know one.
Please like, share, comment. We need people to comment so other people can see our podcast.
There you go.
And share and like, please. And then more people will know what 8 Passengers are. Nah, I mean, let's be real. There's bigger YouTubers and there's bigger podcasts that are about this. I mean, everyone's talking about it, but I want to educate Anna, and hopefully the SEO will drive our podcast higher. Okay, so let's pull up. Let me give you. Shut up. Let me give you a quick rundown. 8 Passengers is the name of a YouTube channel. It's a Mormon family with 8 kids. I mean, 6 kids and a mom and a dad. Now, she went viral. The only time I heard about her, and I didn't know she had a channel, was there was a TikTok that was going around. There was like they were dancing in school to some like song that wasn't even like that bad, and she like freaked out about it. You might have even seen that video because it did go pretty viral.
She's a real life Karen on YouTube.
Yes.
Nice.
Let me see if I can find that clip quick.
Makes it all more interesting. I'm probably not going to be surprised.
Okay, so this is the first thing that she went, like, I don't know, maybe she went viral for other things, but
principal, and she had the assistant principal who never responded to me like he said he would, and then I guess there's 2 assistant principals, so there was 3 of us. She invited me in. We sat down, and she said, "Oh, my head! I'm probably shaking all over the place with this video. Let's see if I can steady you." So she said, you know, what can I help you with today? And I said, I have a concern about the TikTok dances. And she said she said in the fall semester and in the spring semester, we need to have a performance. A flash mob is a great way to get it in. It's efficient. The kids love it. They have fun with it. And they are able to check off their performance for their grade. I said, my problem is the choice of songs. And she says, well, all the songs were approved by me. The teacher put together a list of songs and she gave them to me and I approved them. And I said, okay, so you approved this song that has all of these lyrics in it. And she says, well, we're not dancing to those lyrics. It's just a portion. And she says, I think it's really great because I actually really like it because Smiths used it in their commercial. It's part of pop culture. It's all over the place. And I said, so your standard, what you allow in your school is pop culture, what the kids really like and what shows up in commercials. That's your standard. Yes, that's what if it's agreeable to the public at large, then it's okay in the school. And I said, that's really disappointing. That is so disappointing because I would hope that the principal where my kids go to school, that the standard would be truth, that the standard would be principles, that the standard would be morality.
Yo, were they like
it's moral for you isn't going to be moral for other parents. You're complaining about this song.
Hold on.
I've got 30 other parents that just think it's wonderful. And I said, it's what's moral according to God. I said, I think if you put those lyrics out and told each parent what that song is, I think 100% of parents would agree that that's immoral. And she goes, well, yes, I agree. It's immoral too, but I'm only using this section. I said, do you hear the compartmentalizing? Do you hear that you're taking this immoral song and you're saying, but I'm going to take this section? And I said, even the section that's there is still seductive and lustful. I said, a 12-year-old, 13-year-old may not realize it, but you and I as women know that that's seductive. And I'm looking at the assistant principal, who's a man, and he's just got his head down like this.
Okay, so I think we get the point of the video. We don't need to watch anymore. But anyway, the song was Flow Rider. You know the song.
And what portion of the song did they take out? I mean, I can understand where she's coming from, but I don't think she has to have a full-blown fucking panic attack and, like, call up.
Well, I think that's why she got popular, because I understand, when I seen that video, I can understand, too, like, why a parent would get upset about that. I mean, I can understand that.
I mean, you're 12.
It's relatable to a lot of people. But, like, also, everybody else doesn't know the situation. Everybody else doesn't know what part of the song, you know, they're out of 30 parents, they all were okay with it, and
except for
probably wasn't the worst thing.
Mormon Karen.
Yes. Okay, so that's the first part. This lady blows up. Now she has a YouTube channel, which is no longer there. I can't show you, but I did get some clips that will explain it a little better.
Okay.
Or hopefully, if I can find it. Okay, here's some highlights we'll go through. Can you see the screen?
No.
So I guess this is a gender reveal 2015. They posted a pyramid fill. Her working out, like, oh, I'm such a good mom.
Mm-hmm.
Look how good our family is, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So then things start happening, like, hold on, how do I... Okay, so this is Bill Sesh, who does, I think,
Ruby
good
Frankie
work.
and her Connections partner, Jodi Hildebrandt, were arrested Wednesday. Arresting documents detail that the arrest was made after a child climbed out of the window of an Ivan's residence at around 10:50 a.m. Wednesday and ran to a neighbor's home for help. The home belonged to Jodi Hildebrandt, who was involved with a parent counseling service called Connections, and was also arrested in relation to the case. The child knocked on the door and asked for water, but the neighbor noticed duct tape on the child's ankles and wrists and called police, documents state. The calling parties...
Did you hear that?
Why did he have tape around? Emaciated?
He was malnourished. He was emaciated, had tape around his hands and ankles.
Oh my
Snuck
God.
out of the house, went to the neighbor's house to ask for food and water.
Stated the juvenile appeared to be emaciated and malnourished with open wounds and duct tape around the extremities. A statement from the local authorities reads, police described the wounds, neglect, and malnourishment of the child to be severe, arresting documents state, and the child was taken to the hospital for treatment. After the first child was taken to the hospital, another child was discovered in the home and was found to be malnourished as well, officers reported. Frankie did not speak with police and instead requested a lawyer, arrest information reports. She was ordered to be held without bail in the Washington County Jail. The Department of Child and Family Services was contacted. A statement from Santa Clara Ivan's Public Safety Department reads, and in a joint effort with the Springville Police Department, 4 minor children were taken into the care of the Department of Children and Family Services. The full statement by the Santa Clara Ivan's Public Safety Department was released Thursday morning, and in regards to the
Okay, just because of like YouTube laws, like I don't think you're allowed to just like play a whole clip for a second. So let's just talk about it for a second. Okay. So that's why she got arrested. But there's like a lot of lead up, and like her whole like neighborhood, they've been calling CPS and been trying to get arrested for years. Another thing is there was a GoFundMe 2 years ago that people that were watching her set up a GoFundMe and hired lawyers and got a CPS case against her, but she won. And finally, and then, we'll get into that because let's just watch a little bit more. So this is the full like arrest, but like the leading up to it's like crazy.
A little bit more, saying on August 30th, 2023, around 10:50 hours, a report came into our dispatch center regarding a juvenile.
For just $67, you can make as many videos as you want, and you never need to pick.
Go away. You're grounded. Grounded. Yes.
It'll take you just a few minutes.
Asking for help.
You see it?
The party stated the juvenile appeared emaciated and malnourished with open wounds and duct tape around the extremities. The juvenile was asking for food and water. The conditions of the juvenile were so severe that they were seen by Santa Clara Ivan's EMS and transported to a local area hospital. Information was obtained by police that other juveniles in similar condition may be in a nearby home. Officers arrived at the home and searched the residence, locating another juvenile in a similar physical condition of malnourishment. The juvenile was also transported by EMS to the hospital for treatment. A search warrant was obtained in connection with the incident. During the search of the home, evidence was located consistent with the markings found on the juvenile. The Department of Child and Family Services was contacted, and in a joint effort with the Springville Police Department, 4 minor children were
left from a neighbor.
All right, so we don't need to just keep hearing the same thing over again. I'm just going to fast forward a bit. All right, that's the.
Tested more of her.
Okay, so she. Let me make myself big. Okay, so she okay, something happened. I'll show you. I'll show you the clip where her and her son were talking. Now she had already sent her son to this like boot camp thing, kind of like what Bad Baby went to, whatever, like where Dr. Phil sends kids. So she sent her son somewhere there. Then he came back. And he played like a prank on his brother. He said that like he packed his like younger brother's bags and said he was going to Disney World, and then said, just kidding. She took away the kid's bedroom and made him sleep on a beanbag in the living room for 7 months. Seven months. Over a dumb prank like that. So people started getting pissed about that. Then that whole thing, and there was other things too, but like then the CPS case happened, and she stopped her YouTube channel. But then she meets up with this lady, which is the other lady in this case that got arrested, and they start this podcast called Connections. And what it was basically therapy. So the one lady was a therapist, but she was on probation before as a therapist. And now she's like a therapist again. And they're both Mormon. And basically, from like the reviews, a lot of people said like she tries to ruin people's marriages, that like they make you feel like you need them, so you keep paying them. They're charging $5,000 a month for basic therapy, or you could get the higher level for $15,000 a month. And people are buying it. And then I think the lady, Ruby, was staying with the other lady, and the kids were found in that lady's house. That's why she got arrested. And she's like, they're like telling people to punish their kids like this. I mean, not necessarily like not to feed them, but like,
Where's
okay, for an example.
Where's the dad?
She left him. He left her. I think she was starting to go, once she can, like, she was always had like crazy rules, but I think once she connected with that other lady, that's when like she really like, supposedly the other lady's like a serious like manipulator. But one time, like, the teacher called her and said her 6-year-old daughter is starving for lunch and can she bring her food? And she said, well, I have a rule in my house. It's the children's responsibility to prepare their lunch. She told me she made her lunch and she didn't, so no. Unfortunately, she's going to have to go hungry today. Which, like, in a sense, like, okay, can you understand the lesson a little bit? But she's 6 years old. She's not 15. 15-year-old, you do that. You're not going to run up to the school. But a 6-year-old, so those are like the events that started happening that people are like, what the fuck? Or like her kid did like nothing wrong. And then like she would give like some kids Christmas presents and some wouldn't get any because of like something stupid. It's abuse, for sure.
They're gonna fuck her up in prison. For sure.
Good. She deserves it.
Absolutely.
So
why the fuck did her kid have tape around their ankles and their wrists? What the fuck is wrong with her? And if the husband left her, like, you left her, you didn't leave your kids.
So, well, I think he has custody of some of the kids. There's 6 kids. I think they were, I don't, details are now just starting to come out about this situation. So it's like people are asking that. But I know like the son that, she made stay in the living room for 8 months, he's not talking to her. Apparently there's an older daughter. She doesn't talk to her. Her whole family, like, are Mormons too. And they also have like these family YouTube channels, which is like, okay, some family YouTube channels I used to watch, but now there's some of them where it's like, dude, you're making your kids work every day and your content is 100% based on them. Like, there's a difference between like showing your kid or you being excited and wanting to show your kid, but don't be showing your kid doing gymnastics and shit when there's all these pedos out there. Okay, so that's done. What do you want to... Okay, let's continue with the news. And I don't know about this. It's just, I pulled this up last second. But it says EDP, and I got this because I was listening to H3H3 earlier. Even though he's liberal, I still like him. Don't care. I don't want to hear it. I can like who I like. He was talking about this, but I didn't get to hear. And it says EDP445 got caught again. This is some ordinary gamer. It's gamer's channel. So let's see. Oh, wait. You can't see that, right? No. Let's share the screen. Oh, all this shit I'm going to have to freaking edit.
It's a gamer channel?
Yeah, but I don't think this is a game.
Is a person that honestly at this point you should just know about. Okay, this is one of the largest YouTube events that ever happened, and a couple of years ago at this point, EDP445 was caught in a sting operation where he was trying to meet with somebody not of legal age. Okay. Now, in this video, EDP claims to be going there for some cupcakes, and this was part of a sting operation that was so poorly done that EDP445, even caught dead to rights, effectively got away with it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you get away with such a heinous accusation, such a heinous situation...
You catching what's going on? Basically, there's a guy, there was a sting operation about going to meet a young girl or boy at a cupcake shop. He got away with it. Okay.
That should be your wake-up call. Never touch an internet chat room. Never talk to people online. And just move through with the rest of your life. Granted, you will become a social pariah, as you should. But at the end of the day, at least, you have some semblance of freedom. Now, at least after that, EDP's entire life pretty much went to the downswing. He lost his YouTube channel. He lost every social media platform. At this point, I'm pretty sure, like, even the most raunchy platforms like neonazi.net or something probably wouldn't even take him, okay? He is that much of a social pariah. Ladies and gentlemen, EDP445 continues to make accounts on YouTube, TikTok, X, whatever, consistently gets banned because, again, no platform wants this sick freak. He has no chance of coming back, and even the few shirts that he sells does not cover the fact that he lives in absolute poverty at this point. Dude's got no money, no job, because even if you try looking up his name on the internet, background checks all lead back to his absolutely tarnished reputation. Now, if you're wondering, but Muda, don't you feel bad about it? I don't care. Recently, EDP had a kidney scare, and people wondered, isn't that enough to draw sympathy? Again, ladies and gentlemen, given what he was caught doing, I actually have no sympathy. I don't even...
All right, let's see. Hold on.
Oh, God damn, did they get him?
What did he do?
I feel for it. Let's see what's happening.
This is not a fucking joke, man. I'm just selling at a loss for words. 2 years ago, you were called kiss my ass in 4K trying to get a 13-year-old. I'm not talking to you. He's talking to you. My nigga, this is bullshit, man.
A 13-year-old?
Oh, God damn. Did they catch him? Did they catch him again? You can see the look on EDP's face. He's lost a little bit of weight over here. So, granted, everything's going right in his life. Now, in this situation,
he's going to meet up with an underage kid. And he's getting caught again.
Oh my God.
So you can see that he's trying to DaVita, which is a dialysis clinic. According to my wife, the McDonald's of dialysis clinics. So while he appears to have kidney problems, he definitely does not have a problem with the kid on the knees. But of course, Skeet over here, Skeeter Gene, our friend, asks him the hard-hitting questions. And EDP is a bit...
Brian,
come on.
Don't be like this, Brian. I just have a few questions. I want to know what this picture is of you with the makeup on. Do you recall this picture, Brian?
Makeup? Why?
Brian, can you look?
Why?
Here, I just want to know what this is. Like, what in the actual fuck is this?
That's a nice lipstick color.
I apologize, but it's time for you.
What?
I said that's a nice lipstick color on him.
To rant. It's a rant that irritates me as a viewer.
This is such an outlandish scenario.
Wow. Wow.
It's a better clip.
Where is this guy from? Where does he live? Where is
Let's first look at all the footage we have.
He's an old YouTuber.
On it after.
This is not
okay.
I'm just selling at a loss for words. 2 years ago, you were called kiss my 4K trying to get a 13-year-old. I'm not talking to you. He's talking to you.
Yo, what up? What's your question, man? Yeah, man. So is the allegations true, bro? Like, I'm just really trying to figure out. Lawyer.
Wait,
do you actually have a lawyer working on the process and shit?
Really?
He asked a question. He said lawyer.
I don't say shit. Lawyer.
Yeah, because you don't be like riding on yourself, you know. You can't be snitching on yourself.
Real G's move in silence like lasagna. But like, I feel like people are just trying to set you up at this point. Like, I don't know like what's going on, but like, it doesn't even seem real at this point. You know what I mean?
They are.
Did you piss somebody off to like set them up like that? Because like, why would somebody want to set you up? Like, they gotta have some personal beef with you.
Well, something you have to understand, and I've been, I'm not trying to come off as condescending, so I apologize. This is something that I've told people this way, like about a few years ago.
Make the reveal?
Is it time?
I can't hear it. Is it time?
When you
check
when you do something that other people can't do, you know what I mean? At your level, you know what I mean? They
Is he talking about fucking little kids? Like,
start making up shit.
What?
And they start trying to make your life as miserable as they possibly can.
Don't meet up with kids
and
then.
that's basically all this is, dude. I mean, hate, jealousy, you know what I mean? That's
So,
what it is.
what do you do with that hate?
Who would be jealous of him?
I mean,
he eats cupcakes. That's what he does. What's up, Brian? Yeah, remember me?
So, wait, they set him up to meet a child? Like, I don't understand.
Okay, I guess a while ago.
You can't say you
a while ago, they set him up. And whatever happened, like he went, it was a setup, it was a sting. There was never an underage kid, right?
Uh-huh.
But he went to go meet up.
Right.
So it was a sting.
Okay.
They just did it again, but instead it wasn't a kid. It was that guy Jidion that was dressed in that weird thing that we just saw him dressed in. This guy. You see this guy?
Cake outfit?
Yeah, so instead of a kid showing up, this showed up. So they caught him again, and then they're talking to him on a live stream, and he doesn't realize that that's the guy. And he's just saying, oh, people are just hating on me. They're just jealous. In reality, dude, bro, we just caught you again.
Like you knew. What do you mean?
It's disgusting.
Yo. That's like oh God. Gross.
What are you doing?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Well, you're looking down, so I just want to make sure when we talk that you're looking up. So I can pay attention. We're gonna
real life Grimace. He's just not purple.
Yeah, he's gross. I didn't know the story behind it, so I just saw it like kind of right before we started, and I figured it was worth checking out. He's gross. Stay away from him. If you're young and you're watching this for some reason,
you shouldn't be meeting any fucking guys online. I'm sorry.
Don't curse, please.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, like if you don't have your full license, junior license doesn't count. You still have a curfew, or you're still in high school.
Oh.
You should not ever be meeting some random guy that you just met off the internet, especially if you guys ride your bike there. Ever.
Exactly. And you need to realize, especially if you're somebody who might not have a lot of friends in school and you're really active online, and you might, because I used to think it was really cool to hang out with older guys. If they're 21 or 18, that's not cool. That's statutory rape. And not for nothing, like, again,
adult is going to hang out with a 14-year-old. I'm sorry. I don't care what I'm
and I know when we're 14, we want to be 18, and we want all those older guys, and you can't wait till you're an adult. But listen, it's gross. If he wants to be with you, he's gross. I don't care. There's no situation in the world where that's okay. And really, find somebody your own age.
Okay.
It's natural for women to like older men, but if you're 12, 11, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, of course, and 18 is fine with an 18-year-old, but like, you got to be careful. That means
he's 20, 21. No.
Guess what? When you turn 22 or 23, he's going to leave you for somebody younger. And you're probably going to get...
Next time, she could be 14. She could be
stuck
12.
with this kid.
It could even be...
And when you get, like, older, you'll be like, ew, what a creep that guy was.
Disgusting.
Because we like to hang out with older guys.
Of course.
I mean, I can't... Did we hang out when we hung out with 18-year-olds?
Yeah. All of our friends were 18. What are you talking about?
When we were 14, though?
Not so much when we were 14, but I feel like
when we were 16, a lot of our friends were 18, which isn't that... It's 2-year difference. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's not that bad. But if you're 14 hanging out with and they're 17, 18, 14 to 17, that's a big jump, man. Totally different.
No, here. If they're out of high school and you're still in high school,
nope.
No.
Not a chance.
No.
Unless you're like a senior and they're like a year or two older, then that's different. But other than that, nah, man. No. Stay the fuck away.
Right. All right, we're going to lighten the mood a little bit. We're going to do some Am I the Asshole? Because, one, I love them.
I'm an asshole.
Anna, well, it's not about you, Anna. Anna's a narcissist. No, I'm just kidding.
I just know I'm an asshole because I have clients tell me at work all the time how much I'm a fucking cunt.
It says, am I the asshole for calling my sister-in-law a whore? I gotta pause this 1 second. Norton's being an asshole. Am I the asshole for calling my sister-in-law a whore? I mean, now we need some context. Okay.
Yeah, we need to know what went down.
I am a 30-year-old female, and I have a younger brother, Mark, who has been married to his wife, Kate, who's 27, for 3 years. So she's 30, and his sister-in-law is 27, and her brother, who's 27, has been married for 3 years. Okay.
So
Early in their marriage, Mark found out she had cheated on him, and they decided to make it work. Okay. And then last year, I walked in on her in bed with a coworker while my brother was away on a job. Wait, hold on. Her sister walked in on her sister-in-law in bed with a co-worker while her brother was away on the job. Oh, hell no. I'd call her fucking way worse than a whore.
Yo, I would beat the fuck out. Oh,
I know. It's hard. I'm sorry. I have to bleep it out.
I'm trying to like help you out here, not trying to.
I know. I'm cursing too. It's just okay, let's finish the story.
Go ahead.
He again decided to make it work. Okay. A few days ago, Katie and Mark invited us over for dinner. I don't even think I could go. During dinner, they made an announcement that Katie was pregnant. I immediately pulled my brother to the side and asked him if he was sure it was his. He said yes. Night went on, and he must have told her I said something because she made a scene, saying, I'd just like to know why you hear good news and have to turn it into a negative. Girl, I walked in on you fucking somebody else. Please. Okay. Calling me out in front of every... Calling me out in front of...
need a reason to be
right.
The crap out of my brother's girlfriend or wife. They've walked into the house. That's all they had to do. Juan's wife? Oh my God. The first time I met her, she walked into my parents' house, didn't knock on the door. I was in the kitchen, and my parents were in Spain for like a month.
Okay.
But anyway, so my brother starts dating this girl. It's March 1st, because it was a bunch of our friends' birthdays have the same birthday, and we all went out, and I'm hanging out with my brother and his friends. My parents are in Spain, and my brothers are having a bunch of people over. It's 2:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday. Here comes this fucking bitch. Walks in the front door, doesn't knock, doesn't say anything. I'm standing in the kitchen, and she like, you know that Bugs Bunny cartoon where there's like this big red furry monster, and he's always like, and he's like chasing him and Marvin the Martian? That's what she reminded me of at that exact moment. She just like stomped through the house, and I just looked at her. She says not a word to anyone. And she's like, she just looks at me, and I'm like, can I help you? And she's just staring at me. I'm like, do you live here? I live here. Can I help you? Oh, I'm looking for so-and-so. And I'm like, well, that's my brother. This is my house. You need to go back out that front door and knock on it before you come here, because you do not live here. And next time you come in through that door without knocking on it, I can guarantee you, you will not have hands to be knocking on anybody else's door. And my brother's 3 friends, like their girlfriends, who they're married to now, are sitting there like, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. I'm like, try me, bitch. So, of course, I go outside and I tell my brother, I'm like, yo, there's some stupid there's this grizzly looking monster that just
Well, imagine if that girl cheated on
On
you,
my
walked in on
brother?
her.
Oh, no, not a chance. She would not be alive. I'm
Okay,
not
let's.
even kidding.
I want to finish this story. Okay, so she said, "Why did when you hear good news, do you have to turn it into a negative?" Calling me out in front of everyone. So I simply said, "Because he's my baby brother, and you're a known whore." Yeah.
That's a. She would, and all she said was words.
A whore.
It's not like he punched her in the face.
We started arguing. She kicked me out. Later that night, my brother texted me begging to apologize to keep the peace. I feel like I started with respect. I pulled my brother away. I didn't make a scene. She was vindictive. Am I the asshole? Hell no. She is.
Girl, you deserve an award. I
agree.
An edible arrangement for job well fucking done. Okay.
I know. Good for you. Oh,
Like,
this was only posted. This was only posted 20 hours ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is a new one.
Ooh.
So these are Reddit threads. These are funny, right?
I think so.
All right, let's watch it. Let's read another one. Do you want to read another one?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the one. It's kind of long, but we'll get through it.
Okay.
Okay. I, a 24-year-old female, have a half sister who's a 27 female. We'll call her Taylor.
Okay. Taylor.
My dad had. Hey, Tay. Oh no, this half sister's Taylor. We don't know who she is. Okay, my dad had weekend visitation with Taylor at our house until I was 8, and it was the worst. She bullied me really bad anytime I saw her, to the point that I would scream every time. My dad even mentioned her coming over. Even if we were kept apart, she would break my things, upset my pets, and tell lies about me. Every week, her mom would end up in the kitchen screaming at my parents. Taylor's mom died when she was 11. Her mom didn't have any family available to take her in, and nor did my dad. My dad was the only one who can get custody. When I was told about this, I freaked out, screaming, crying for hours, calling my grandparents, demanding to live with them. All of it. My mom wasn't willing to have Taylor in the house on that basis, and I'm pretty sure she would have moved out if my dad pushed the issue. Taylor ended up being sent to boarding school. Hold on, I kind of feel bad for Taylor, though. I mean, nobody wants her? Just saying.
What did her mom die from?
Well, we don't know, I guess, that detail, but probably something, right?
Okay, clearly.
Obviously something. So Taylor ended up being sent to boarding school the next year, and she would stay with other members of my dad's family during the breaks. When I was 14, my parents divorced, and I would see Taylor every few months at my dad's during school breaks. I learned to stand up for myself as she'd grown up, so there was no bullying, but we'd bicker. She was hostile, and I never backed down. I didn't see her much after she went to college, and then I went to college, far away as well. Now we now live in the same city. I moved here in March. It's the kind of place where everyone from each generation knows each other. I've never encountered Taylor socially, and I never mentioned knowing her, but I met her boyfriend, and his friends are part of a larger social group. The other night, I was at a party, and Taylor and her best friends and her boyfriend was there as well. We made eye contact and waved, but she pretty much avoided me all night. During the night, our mutual friends asked how I know Taylor, and we said we're half sisters. They all looked super uncomfortable, and I pressured for and I was pressured for an hour explanation. Basically, Taylor's been telling everyone that she was homeless as a kid because her stepmother and half-sister hated her, and she demanded that she'd be shipped off to boarding school and made her dad ignore her. Well, wait. Which is like semi-true, but I think like the mother might have had something to do with it too.
Maybe.
I mean, it's kind of true.
Right.
She had nowhere to go. Her mom died, and she was sent off to boarding school. I would feel like that too. I'm not trying to stick up for Taylor. I don't know the whole story. Just saying, where we're at right now, Taylor, like, I'm sorry, that kind of sucked for you. Okay. Where are we? Okay. Where it's not for the fact that it was obviously going to come out sooner or later that we were related. I probably wouldn't have bothered to set the record straight, as it was, I'm going to be around these people for a long time. And I didn't feel I should have to walk around burdened by the weight of her lies. So I told the group the context, which she already told us, that she was mean and blah, 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 and the mother would yell. So yesterday, she called to yell at me. Apparently, she's being ostracized from her group. Her relationship is in trouble. Her career opportunities are in jeopardy, etc. I don't know how to see any of this as my fault because she's the one who lied. But according to some people, I should have been a little bit more gentle on retelling the facts because it's her experience and I basically blackballed her. Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
She said, edit. I didn't have space for this, but just to clarify what was actually said to the friends. I explained that the reason my mom didn't want Taylor to live with us was because of the bullying, and that when they split, my mom didn't have Taylor live with him, and that I only stayed with him on the weekends. Taylor told them I moved into my dad's, so she couldn't. I also told them that wasn't true, that I told my dad not to finance Taylor's business when she was 20, because I didn't. That's pretty much the gist of it. Edit number 2. It was suggested that I add this from the comments. I know the answer to these. My mom didn't say to send her to boarding school. What my mom said was, Taylor is not living in this house with my daughter. If that means we split, then we split. My dad didn't want to be a full-time parent by himself, so he stayed with my mom. And since he didn't have any other family Taylor could live with for various reasons, he sent her to boarding school. My dad never cut contact with Taylor. He visited her at school. It was about an hour away, and sometimes he see each other at relatives' places, school breaks when he moved out. Taylor would occasionally spend the day on the break. Okay, wait, is there more? Because exposing my half-sister for her lives. I thought we were reading a different one. Okay. They both suck. Right?
Yep.
But, like, how I kind of see it is, like, if you're a parent and you have a kid, you need to take responsibility, not just send them off.
Correct.
So, if they don't get along, guess what? You guys are the adults. You make them get along.
And not for nothing, that little girl just lost her mom.
Yeah, and you're going to send her to freaking boarding.
Can you imagine? You're still little at 11.
And then getting sent to boarding school and not being able to live with your father, I'd be pissed.
Yo,
I'm sorry, Taylor. I think she's the asshole. I mean, yeah, they both suck, and I'm sure the other one, but she's like a young girl going through shit.
Man. Her mom just died.
This is our Reddit. Look at our image. Oh, wait, you can't see it. Hold on. You see it?
No.
Oh, there it is. Look, we got a little cat, got a little bird. We got dreads.
Jesus.
That's us. Anna Nicole
us.
show. Do you want to read another one or no? This is the one I thought we were. This is the one I thought we were reading.
Okay, let's
Hold
do
on,
it.
I gotta get it. Share it.
Let's read it.
But I think we're gonna save whatever and fresh and fit for next week since we've been like going for a while. This is the original one I thought we were reading. Okay, that's why I was like, wait, I'm confused. Okay, so this is, am I the asshole for not wanting to give my wealthier sister the lion's share of the inheritance? Ooh.
Let's see.
Yesterday, when was this? 2 months ago.
Okay.
My parents sent me a 31 male and my two brothers, 32 and 34, and my sister, 41, down to discuss their will. My parents inform us that they want to split it 5 ways. Okay, there's only 4 kids, though. My sister gets 2/5, while the 3 of us brothers get 1/5. Okay. Their reasoning is their sister sacrificed her childhood for her family, so it's only fair she gets compensated. Okay. In our childhood, my father's business partner screwed him over, so there was a period where we were broke in debt. My parents had to work multiple jobs to keep us afloat, and my sister babysat us while our parents worked. All she had to do was feed us and keep an eye on us. We were pretty calm kids, so all we did was play games and do homework. It probably wasn't thrilling, but not exactly a tremendous hardship. Well, let me just say, as somebody who had to babysit their younger brother, it was annoying because I wanted to go out and I know this sounds like, oh, when, but like when you're 14 and you want to go out and you have to babysit, I had to babysit my brother.
Well, you gotta take them with you.
Well, once he got older, but I mean, I was allowed to go out like one night, but I had to watch my brother all the time. I mean, it winded up like my house turned into party house. My brother would party with us. But like, the point is it was annoying. Anyway.
Proceed.
Yes.
Okay.
I complained to my parents along with my brothers that it's insane. They want to give my sister 2/5 of the inheritance over, especially since she's financially the best off out of all of us. She doesn't have any kids, and she has a dual income with her partner. My parents said they're disappointed in us, and they need to do some reflection on themselves. My sister didn't say shit while my parents spoke, but texted us afterwards that she had zero intentions of taking 2/5, but we're all assholes. Am I the assholes for feeling like this is an unfair split?
Yes, you are.
You're an You do? I don't think it's fine for you to feel like that. But like, you know, she has.
First of all, if the sister, good for her, because they should know that the sister wasn't going to take the 2/5. She's one person.
Right. And she has more money.
Exactly. So she
But,
wouldn't
like,
have been like, no.
And you know what? First of all, it's the parents' money. They can do whatever the hell they want with that.
Correct.
Right. So I don't know. I don't think he's an asshole for feeling like that. He should have just kept his mouth shut, though. I mean, who wants to sit around and
could have been a side discussion with the parents and not make it into such a big deal.
I know. It's like, who wants to sit around and talk about their will with their parents, then argue about it?
Seriously, they don't have to give you shit, man. They could just write your ass off, be like, fuck you. That's it. You get shit. You know what you get? You get to clean up the kitty cat poop. That's what you get.
So I kind of just we've been going for a while, and I don't want to like bore you guys. So I kind of just want to I kind of like wanted to start this podcast. Like, yeah, we have a lot of crazy stories. Yeah, we're assholes. But like, also, I wanted to, let's see, how do I put this? I don't want to sound like, oh, I want to spread positivity, but like I do. Like that that you should set like a certain standard for your life. And I'm most certainly not perfect. And like right now I'm going through something like really insane. And it's brought me to a place where I don't want to say I'm the lowest I've ever been, but it's brought me to a place where I'm potentially like kind of screwed. And it's weird because I'm upset about it, but at the same point, I feel like hopeful. Hi, Baloo. I feel hopeful, and I know everything. Hi, Baloo. Number 2.
He's got a little heart on his butt.
Aw, he's a lover.
Yeah, that's what he wants you to think.
He's a con man.
But
I know that there's things going on in everybody's lives, and like what a situation can happen, it can totally change. I'm gonna put my hair up while I say this because it's looking kind of raggedy as it dries out from the sweat. It's like really hot here today. It's been cold all summer and now it's hot.
It's like 100. It feels like Atlanta in September. I'm not gonna lie. This is what Atlanta feels like in September.
But something can happen randomly in your day. You'd be like vibing, having a great day, and something can happen. It feels like the end of the world.
You could be like Baloo over here, just chilling with the heart on your butt.
Baloo, I mean, doesn't have many issues. He's worried about when he's going to eat next. But like in real life, you know, basically something happened where I'm pretty screwed. And it's not the end of the world. Like I said before, I'll get through it. But someone who's in recovery from drugs, it's very easy to be like, fuck this shit. Like, I've been working my ass off. I got myself to this point here. And now this is what's going to happen? Come on. You know? And it's like, well, it's easier to go back. And like a real fear of mine is to succeed, not to fail. I've failed a million times and I'll fail again and again and again. And you always learn something from that. And this necessarily isn't a failure, it's something that wasn't in my control, but it's a setback and it's driving me crazy. And I'm not saying like I want to go back and do drugs, but part of me wants to just give up and be like, fuck all this shit. I've been putting in.
I work the second time around to get to where you're at now.
Right. And it's just like a thought. Like, I don't need any of this. Like, I just want to be left alone. But then it's like, you know, after having some time to think, it's like, no, what do I want to do? What do I want to go back to the hood and fucking get dope and shoot up all day? And not only would I still be in the situation that I'm in right now, I'm going to be in withdrawal and doing some crazy shit on the street and probably end up in a jail cell. And like,
is that where you want to be, Mr. Kitty?
No.
Nope. Nobody wants to be there. Nobody.
And I don't want to be like, there's like so much stuff that like I do want to talk about on this podcast, like about like how you should set standards for yourself and how all like so many things. I just want to try and like do it in a way where it's not like, because I'm not going to be the girl that has that perfect little background, you know, this is how you do it perfectly. I'm going to be like, I'm a hot mess.
All day, every day.
But if a hot mess could do it, you could do it. You know? And like, there's different types of girls in this world. and I plan on having a whole episode on this. Me and Anna talked about it the other day. There's like girly girls and like girls, and then there's other girls. And sue me, I'm not a girl's girl. I'm not gonna hook up with a married man. I'm not gonna hook up. I'm never gonna steal my friend's boyfriend.
No.
Never gonna do that.
You know, we never did that.
I never did that. I never would.
No.
I never
Dude,
would.
that's
That's
like
gross.
grimy.
But I'm still not a girl's girl.
No.
Like, I don't
I'm not a girly
actually
girl
go.
either.
When I go, I don't. I'm like not. Of course, I'm more attracted to guys, but like I am more friends with guys. If I go to a party, I'm not like, ooh, this girl's here. I'm like, ugh.
I'm like, oh, this.
But generally, I don't like, and I'm not saying this, like, but generally, girls are spiteful bitches. We all know this.
Yep.
You don't. How many girls are going to turn? There's nobody that, even the girls. It's just a saying. It doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean shit, man.
And it's not me.
Nah.
Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Nah. I only hang out with the other girls that break into random people's beach houses and steal Rice Krispie treats. Those girls I hang out with. Those are the people I want to be friends with.
Right. I have girlfriends, and I love my girlfriends, and like those are my girls. I also have my guy friends, and those are my guys. But it's just like I'm talking about like when I meet new girls. I'm not like, oh, just because you're a girl, I got you, babe. If you need a tampon, yeah. If I have one, I got you. But I'm not gonna be like 90% of you bitches are fake. Sorry. We know the truth, right?
Basically. Let's be serious, Nicole. Let's be serious.
Yeah, I want to know if anybody's watching this, the 10 people that watch this.
And the cats.
We got to start, we're going to start doing better. Like, Anna's going to start staying in the frame. And we're going to just try a little bit harder. Because I really think with a little bit of, like, tuning that we could be something great.
Yeah.
I think it would be a lot better in person. Because this way I could slap Anna. Instead of pause and yell at her. I mean, I get it. It's just that I edit the videos and she doesn't. So I'm so much more aware of like every frame that I have to go through, you know, and it's so that's why maybe I'll make you edit a video and then you'll like pull all your hair out.
Yeah, right.
Maybe that's what we'll have to do. That's what we're going to have to do.
It might have to happen.
I'll make you watch me edit a video. You'll be like, okay, I'm sorry. I'll stay in frame. I'll stay in frame.
I won't move.
But I want to know if you put in the comments one of you, like, am I the asshole stories, if you have any. I have none. I'm perfect. But we do appreciate, we do know there's a lot of people.
When we were younger, if either of us were being assholes, we would co-sign each other's assholeness. Like if, you know, it was like, this bitch is talking shit in the bathroom. All right, let's lock the bathroom door and fuck her up. It's not what it's.
I don't think that ever happened, but.
No, but still, it was like, I don't know.
My thing was with guys. I would be like, tell them I'm 21. Make sure.
Oh,
I was 19. I was above age, but I used to lie.
Well, then I'm going to go. And I will talk to you and see you guys next week.
Okay, bye. Bye, Twitter. We're going to call. We'll call it. We're going to call this the Anna Nicole Show X. Get it?
Ooh.
because it's on Twitter and it's on X. Oh, fuck. I think we have to buy the premium to upload like 20-minute videos. Whatever. Figure it out.
We'll see what happens.
Bye.
Bye.
I deal with life different, make that limit squeeze. Went off for my style and identity.
Subscribe.
Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why